the cashback. So in the previous example, I explained, I suppose, the difference between taking a cashback offer and the benefits that you'd actually really get out of it compared to the benefits that the bank would get out of it, or potentially a broker would get out of it, when ultimately all we really care about is making sure that you get the benefit. So the last example explained on a dollar for dollar refinance, the difference between the two. But people would understandably turn around and say, hey, the reason I'm going for the cashback is because I need a couple of grand in my pocket for whatever reason. Sometimes that'll be tied to a renovation, some big picture project, or in a lot of instances, people sitting there going, geez, things are tight, I just need an extra couple of grand. We'll come back to that. So this example, I've turned around and said, okay, well, let's just say you remained with your existing funder as opposed to refinancing and taking the cashback offer. What would it look like? So in this example, I've turned around and said, well, same interest rate, 0.1% below the 3.5, just 0.1%. If you can't negotiate that with your existing funder, then you got a challenge in the current market. You've got a problem in the current market. I've changed the loan amount from 500,000 to 503. Why? That gives you your $3,000 cash back. Yep, you're gonna have $1,000 worth of fees, not that much if you stayed with your existing funder, but I've made the assumption that you've still got $1,000 worth of fees, and at the end of the day, therefore, you've got your $2,000 in your back pocket and you've solved that short-term cash flow problem as well. The repayment's 2,230 per month, so what you can see, it's still $15 per month below this one. As I did last time, I want to put a line through that and say, continue to pay at 2,245 per month. If you're prepared to do it to get the cash back, then there should be no reason why you're not doing it on the existing loan facility. After 5 years, have a look at this. 81,160 is the amount of interest you would have paid. It's still $2,000 less in interest than what you would have paid on the cashback offer. Plus, you've got the $2,000. Now, for the the numbers inclined ones out there, you'd be sitting there going, yeah, okay, that's great. But what about the loan balances, Mark, after 5 years? Like, where would they sit? Because I am borrowing more here than what I'm borrowing there. It's a great question. And the loan balance, if again, you're making the repayments in this modeling, the loan balance on this loan compared to this one would only be $1,000 more. So in summary, you're still getting $2,000 worth of savings. You've got a loan balance that's $1,000 higher, and you've also saved yourself that amount of difference in interest. So any way you cut it up, guys, in this scenario, there's only two that will probably win out. It'll be the bank earning that amount, or it might be the broker who's probably earning about $3,000 on that loan, okay? Not necessarily you. And what I wanted to come back to was, for those of you that are going and getting that extra $2,000 or $3,000 out because you need the cash, you're concerned about cash flow, etc. Well, I want you to think about how you got yourself into that situation, because the sugar fix might give you the $2,000 or $3,000 and solve the problem for the next 6 to 12 months. But if there's an underlying issue with the way in which you're managing your money and getting control of debt, I'm telling you right now, the short-term sugar fix ain't going to solve that long-term problem. So before you make the call to go and take it on board, think through these things. And one of the premises that we work on is we're always focused on the bigger picture. Where do we have to sort of get you to? We're not focused on just these short-term incentives that potentially line our pockets as opposed to yours.